Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 plus fitness journey. Okay, on today's episode, I want to continue a series I started 2 or 3 videos ago entitled 50 Years of Easy Fitness Lessons from a Simple Man. Moi. Now, I'm going to link that video up here in the corner and down in the description so you can look at that at your leisure. But in that video, I discussed at a high level some of the concepts, ideas, lessons I've learned from experience over 50 years of being in this game. In it, on it, up again, down again, in and out. The lessons I've learned, some of them the hard way. Now, these are not specific training methods. These are specific ideas and concepts to keep you in the game. Now, I continued that with a follow-up video, and in there I talked about specifically setting goals. Now, before I start this particular episode, I want to point out that these are fundamental concepts that I've learned from experience. And I just want to pass this along. It may seem obvious, intuitive, self-evident, but I found that if I don't stop every so often and re-examine where I am, what I'm doing, sometimes I'm off track, and sometimes I'm off track for a long time. So I want to avoid that. I want to stay focused, specific, and on point. That's what this is about. Okay, so in the first video following the first specific video I talked about was setting goals. And I forgot to mention this in that video, but it's something that I learned while I was doing software development. We always use something called SMART when setting goals for a particular project. And it's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And this first one, the goal, and there again, that video I'll also link down in the description for you if you want to look at that. When you set this goal, that takes care of this S, the specific goal. We want it to be clear, and we want it to be attainable. We want it to be measurable, all that stuff. We want it to be clear and specific, okay? So today we're going to continue after having set this goal and talk about making a plan to implement meeting that goal. Now, as I remember it in this video, we made this goal hypothetically out of the many goals there could be. Hypothetically, a client wanted to lose 5 pounds in 4 weeks because they were going to a wedding and their clothes didn't fit. So we need a plan to get that done. So if we don't have a plan, we go into this haphazardly, on a whim, just trying to do it on a wing and a prayer, the chances of it being successful, as you probably know, is slim and fat. So let's make a plan. And these are just some theoretical ideas about making a plan for losing 4 pounds in 5 months. Just some specifics. These aren't really relevant right now other than the fact that we're pointing out we're making a plan. So for this particular weight loss plan, I want to figure out, first of all, for example, what's our workout time going to be? What's your optimal workout time? Morning, evening, lunchtime? Where? Gym, home, your place of preference, wherever it's going to work for you. We need to set a calorie deficit. We need to know how many calories you need to lose, how many calories you need to consume in a given day to actually lose weight, stay healthy, keep your proper macro ratio together, all that. Meal prep. Here's another one. This is good in general. Meal prep is probably going to be one of the biggest things you can do in general for any plan you have. And that's going to be just setting up the meals beforehand, at least planning what you're going to eat. Going to the grocery store, making sure you have the proper food available and it's available to eat when you need to eat it. You don't want to go to work not having planned for a proper meal, lunch, snack at work. Inevitably, again, you're going to fall off track and eat something you don't really need that's not going to help you. The exercise approach, we have to determine what are we going to do to meet this goal. What's going to be your go-to plan? What are you going to prefer? Just pure resistance training, weight training, running, walking, elliptical, stair climbing, combination of all the above. We're going to determine an exercise approach and document that. That's for a future video as well, but we want to pick that. And we want to come up with some alternate options if some of these things go awry. For example, meal prep, or a gym is closed or something. You want to be able to pivot if something happens. When your plan doesn't go exactly according to plan, you have to have a plan to pivot. So again, that's the first two major fundamental concept points I want to talk about regarding lessons I've learned in my half a century of experience, just as you folks probably have over your vast experience. You could expand on this, and I'd love to hear your expansion on at least these first 2 points, because some of you have offered some excellent ideas to me and others that I've implemented and have worked great. Now, having said all that, what I want to do on the next episode is follow up with fundamental concept or lesson learned from experience, and that is monitoring. Monitoring what we're doing, monitoring the goal, monitoring the plan, monitoring the meal, monitoring the mental attitude. All of that is stuff I want to get into in the next episode. And again, like I said, this is not specific to a particular workout plan in the sense of training. I'm not going to get into specific 4-day workout splits, 5-day workout splits, bro splits, push-pull, any of that stuff. We talk about that a lot. I don't want to talk about specific workouts. We talk about that a lot, and we'll continue to. What I want to talk about is a mindset and the ability to stay focused and setting clear goals and paths on where you want to go. And without that, like I said, it's very easy to deviate. And next thing you know, you've deviated so far, you're so far off track, you've lost interest. And it seems like it's undoable to get back on track. So the best plan is to keep the focus on. I hate to keep saying focus, but focus is important here. You want to stay on track. And I don't know about you, but with me, writing this stuff down and monitoring it as I go, that's why I want to talk about this monitoring piece so much, really helps me understand what's going on. I can identify trends of or non-healthy trends, whether it be missing a workout for no real reason, or missing a workout because I didn't plan for an alternate way of doing it, or eating poorly because I just decided it's easier to go out with friends at 10 o'clock at night and eat too late. All of those things I want to be able to keep an eye on and focus and avoid. That is all part and parcel of the lessons I've learned over 50 plus years of doing this stuff. So just wanted to share that with you, and well into it. We've touched on setting specific goals, making a plan, and next we're going to get into monitoring what we're doing. And again, I'd love to hear your ideas on this, lessons you've learned, some of your fundamental concepts from experience. Let us know. That's what this channel is all about, sharing, learning, and enjoying the fitness journey. Now, with that I'll say, as always, thank you for being here. And if you do me the kindness of clicking that like button, very much appreciated. Share this with your friends. And if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. Love to have you here. We're well on our way to 5,000 subscribers, and that's cool. So, that'll say, till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.